Guys, welcome back to Southern Gal True Crime. I have a solved cold case that I wanted to share with you today. Dorothy Silzel's homicide has finally been solved after 4 decades since she was found deceased in February of 1980. Police arrested Kenneth Kundert, 65, in Arkansas after he discarded a cigarette butt in a Walmart parking lot. Of all places, it's always a Walmart. He is accused of essaying and fatally strangling 30-year-old Dorothy Silzel when he was 20 in Kent, Washington, in a case that remained unsolved for over 40 years, and this is according to King County prosecutors. On August 20th, 2024, he was charged in King County Superior Court with premeditated first-degree homicide in connection with the February 1980 crime. He was booked into a Clinton, Arkansas jail, which is about 70 miles north of Little Rock. A DNA from Kundert's tossed cigarette butt, which police collected in March, matched the unknown male DNA that had been collected from Dorothy Silzel's body, and this is per the charges. At the time of her death, DNA technology was not advanced enough to determine Kundert's identity. However, in March of 2022, a forensic genealogist working for the California-based Identifinders International uploaded the male DNA profile to GEDmatch and Family Tree DNA databases, and this is also according to charging papers. This identified 11 possible suspects in Dorothy's homicide, and all of these men were first cousins. After researching Kundert in September of 2023, detectives interviewed him, and he declined to give a voluntary DNA sample. Kent police discovered employment records showing that Kundert did work in Seattle and Snohomish County in 1987, but they could not access any earlier records. Police found no evidence that Kundert knew Dorothy, but a family member of his did live in an apartment that was about 1,200 feet from the victim's condominium where she lived alone at that time. Prosecutors also said that in the 1980s and 1990s, Kundert had misdemeanor convictions in King County, Washington, according to the charges, and I'm hoping that his DNA can at some point be entered into CODIS to see if he is a match for any other unsolved crimes in that area around that time. That would be very interesting to know. Once he is extradited back to King County, authorities will collect a reference sample of Kundert's DNA, and prosecutors have asked that he be held on a $3 million bail. So Dorothy was found deceased in the second-floor sewing room of her East Hill condo in Kent, Washington, on February 26, 1980. According to an autopsy, she sustained blunt force injuries to her head. She passed away from asphyxia caused by compression of the blood vessels in her neck. And this is according to, once again, court documents. Dorothy worked as a full-time Boeing instructor in Seattle and was also a part-time waitress at a Kent pizza restaurant near her condo. Trying to find the rest of the information. She was last seen alive shortly after 10 p.m. on February 23rd of that year when she drove home after finishing her shift at the pizza place. A close friend's husband and a patrol officer found Dorothy's body when they went to her condo after she did not show up for her shift at Boeing, and her family and friends could not get in touch with her, and this is part of the Seattle Times. Following Kundert's arrest, Dorothy's family, who called her Dottie, spoke to Fox 13. Her niece, Leanne Milligan, says, "First it was outrage, then it was overwhelming joy that we got some closure. Hopefully we can convict this guy of doing what he did. He is a monster." I absolutely agree. But, once again, innocent until proven guilty. On Sunday, August 25th, over 24 family members of Dorothy visited her home visited her grave at Greenwood Memorial Park in Renton, Washington, in her remembrance, and to thank Kent Police Sergeant Tim Ford, who tried to solve the case for over 11 years. Dorothy's sister-in-law, Carol, says Tim has definitely elevated the Kent Police Department very high. She also said, "This is our private celebration of joy and gratefulness, but it gives hope to so many other families who are out there. Aunt Dottie was my dad's youngest sister and the baby girl of a family of 9. She says, "I remember when we were little kids, she would hand sew a whole box of Barbie doll clothes and give them to all of her nieces. She was that kind of person. She was only 10 years older than I am. She worked at Boeing. I got a job at Boeing, and we were more alike at that time of our lives." Milligan told Fox 13 that Dorothy's homicide greatly hurt her family and that she wished Kundert's arrest had happened before his death, talking about their father. She says, "The first thing I wanted when we found out that he was arrested, I just wanted to pick up the phone and call my dad and say, 'Dad, we've got him.'" So that is an over 40-year-old unsolved homicide cold case that has been solved once again using genetic genealogy. So I just wanted to share that with you. Please keep Dorothy's family in your thoughts and prayers. Thanks for watching. Please just give this video a thumbs up before you leave. Leave a comment. Share it anywhere and everywhere you can to kind of get these positive stories out there. And I will see you in the next one.